right, ready?
No.
No,
don't start suckling the mic.
Oh man, somebody get the gum.
Video game.
Gum.
Cue
Video
the
game.
weed.
Hello, suckling. VGHS.
Ew.
Welcome back to Law Ready for This. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Nah, I'm Grant.
Okay. Do we?
They know who we are.
We totally
Know
did introductions
who we
last time.
are. Nobody's tuning in right now. Nobody's ever tuning in. They
I'm
know who
Danny.
we are. You know who I am.
All right.
I'm Grant.
Solomon is whoever else is on the podcast this week.
Solomon's our guest this week.
Solomon's our
having
guest
me.
this week.
Thank you.
Solomon, what's your favorite kind of tie?
My favorite kind of tie.
Yes.
I like a good little normal tie. What's just like the normal tie called?
Yeah, just a tie.
Yeah. It's very simplistic.
Grant tie.
It's a toss-up between Dai and Chi for me.
Okay. My favorite kind of tie
Sorry,
is
everybody.
my
a good one.
favorite kind of tie is from Digimon. So
Mine's Ty
here's
Pennington
your
from
pre-show moment.
Extreme Home Makeover. That was his name, right? Ty Pennington.
Are we excited for the show?
right?
For the
That's his
episode?
name. That was his name.
All right.
Yeah.
Episode? We're excited?
We're excited.
I'd rather be
I'm
watching
excited.
Extreme Home Improvement. Extreme Home Improvement.
I would much rather be watching Extreme Home Improvement.
Tim
That
Allen
could
just
be a new shirt.
kills someone.
He's like, oh my god. Shoot somebody in the face.
Nail gun accident.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
We're ready for this episode. Here's your pre-show moment. We're watching the show in 3, 2, 1. Holy
Wow.
shit! There's a lot going on.
There
this
is.
There's.
Anthology, yeah.
Can I be honest with you?
No.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be blunt.
Honestly,
We're getting into
we're
it.
getting
I
way
think
into
I
it.
think the show feels better in this anthology mode. The episodes get so long and there's so many intercutting storylines that I feel it feels so long when I watch a regular episode in the third season. Not that I don't think the episodes are good. I think this is the best season so far. But I almost feel like cutting it each into like Brian's story, Ted's story, it feels like it goes by faster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Maybe
agree.
because there's little milestones where I'm like, okay, well, 1/4 of the episode done, half the episode done.
Little Milestones could have been a character in VGHS. I
Little
feel.
Milestone sounds like a Fleetwood Mac song.
Interesting.
There I go again.
Little
milestones.
Somebody make that your ringtone.
Lindsey Buckingham's like, they kicked me out. I'm suing.
Okay.
That was my very topical Fleetwood Mac.
So we start out and we see the greatest character on the show, the Law.
Gamestein is... Oh.
Oh. There is Games Dean in this episode.
There
There's
is.
plenty of the
There's a
Dean.
lot of the D.
There is
Dean gets around. Dean's in multiple.
There's double Dean, in fact. Spoiler.
Double Dean.
Double Dean is a Pornhub category.
What's in that category?
Just a lot of Dean. But not James Dean, the porn star. We do not condone him.
No.
Canceled.
Canceled.
He's a real type.
I will keep that in.
Yeah, just replace it with he's a little Mein Kampf type.
No.
Sorry.
James
Jesus.
Dean is Jewish. Yeah. Grant,
You didn't...
you're really fulfilling Solomon's goal this.
I know.
this
I was
season.
hoping you wouldn't.
What? Wait, it was your goal.
I don't think I know the definition of goals.
I do know the definition of ghouls.
I like ghouls.
I like goals too.
So
Ghouls
they're
and
like,
goblins.
yeah. Do you think somebody plays? There's an arcade team at VGHS. Sorry, this is unrelated to my
Yeah.
notes.
They probably hang out at Brian's.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Probably
I am
do.
right.
I just think about that. Like that there's some team there that's like not doing 1v1, but they're like sending their fucking shit to Twin Galaxies.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Some of the games. Hold
Go ahead.
You sound like the alien
My
on our
brain
podcast.
broke just now.
The alien's the guest now. Some of the games, video game podcast.
Some of the clubs or classes or whatever do have arcade consoles, though. Like
you're
the
right.
Drift one does.
Mm-hmm.
They have multiple consoles.
Yeah.
So I guess really that's all I had to say about that. But I would imagine other groups do too. But I don't know. Maybe everyone's just using their dumbass Peregrine gloves and are just tapping their fingertips.
All right. This episode's sponsored to you by Peregrine.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
forget
yeah.
our fucking
Thank
sponsor
you.
now.
Thank you for
Thank
your gloves.
you.
I've been using
Mandalorian
your
on Disney
gloves
Plus.
to record the podcast, actually.
Also sponsored by Dots.
Also sponsored by Dots. They're
Dotcast.
they're yeah. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do a dot.
We're gonna do the
We're gonna do a
Dotcast.
Dotcast.
Yeah, let's greenlight that.
So, do you
Greenlighting
know what
podcast
kind
now?
of tie the law loves? A bolo tie.
My
The
tie.
law- All right, we're kind of there.
Work on the episode.
The law.
The whole episode on that one.
The law is an old man now. He is driving a convertible
Old man
with some sort of person in it. I don't know if it's his girlfriend or just some woman. I don't know.
Someone.
And then he
his
shows up.
SO. Someone.
He shows up
you,
to SO, someone over there. So he shows up to the office. He's wearing a suit. He's giving people high fives at the cubicles. He's just a guy.
He's
Wouldn't
so
a
cool.
someone over there be a sot?
So
Just
and
saying.
then he sees Shane Pizza, who is his mortal enemy, but we now know is working for Napalm.
Napalm.
And they use it as a way to sort of tame the law, because he says, we're going to make you do a trust fall with Shane. And everybody shouts, do it.
Like they're Shia LaBeouf or something.
Like they're Shia LaBeouf
Like
or
there's
something.
Shia LaBeouf
Just
or
do it. The someone in the car over there shouting, do it from the car. And then Law says, okay, I'm going to do it. Fuck you, Shane. And he falls back. Shane catches him. And then he dumps the law on the ground.
So fucked
Cannot
up.
trust him.
You can't trust Shane.
And they're going to
Pizza.
ask Law to come in on Saturday. He says, I can't. Prom is on Saturday.
It is prom.
No one cool goes to prom.
It's like the name of the episode.
Is that the name of the episode?
Yes.
Okay. I had a I had a bunch of other titles, but we can go with that one.
Fuck off.
One of them was like Shia LaBeouf would say. That was going to be the name of the episode.
Like Shia LaBeouf would say. You know.
So then we get the theme song. After the theme song, we get a title card. It says RA Confidential.
Uh-oh. What's
Whoa.
going on?
Wait
Is
a
this
minute.
going to be a little wacky noir episode? Something going to happen like that?
No, but none of
Is
this.
crime afoot?
Is crime afoot?
Feet are a crime.
The hunt is on.
So this episode is divided
Wait, feet
into
are a
4 different segments.
Feet are
There is
definitely
You
a
just said
crime.
feet are a crime?
Feet
Yes.
are definitely a crime.
All right, sorry. I guess we can move past that.
Come on. Jesus.
All right, finally we can talk about Jesus. I've been waiting a whole podcast for.
Tell me about Bible Man.
Bible man.
So look, the episode is divided into 4 segments. There is a Jenny segment. There is a
Key segment.
I had started.
There's a
No,
bo-
I
I'm
started.
sorry.
I'm going to go back. I fucked it up. There is.
Linen.
Can we clean? There is a Key segment. There is a Jenny segment. There is a Brian segment, and there's a Ted segment. And they all have different routes. They all have different storylines. They sort of interweave a little bit, but they're all different. It's a classic sitcom maneuver. Hold on, there's something in my fucking eye.
Just prom in general is a classic sitcom.
Yeah, I know. What a goofy concept.
Did prom even exist before sitcoms?
I don't think
Sound
so.
off in the comments.
Let us know what
Sound
you
off
guys
in the
think.
prominence.
In the proms.
Yeah, we're gonna hold a prom in our comments section.
Yeah, you know what?
Find
Yes.
yourself a date.
If you go into the comment section, the first person to reply to your comment is your prom date. and then you two have to role play a prom date in the replies.
No,
to
we're
that
not doing
initial
this.
comment.
No.
Yeah.
Comments are closed. Close the comment section.
No, open the
No,
comment
no,
section.
No. Cue the ween.
No, cut the ween. Cut the ween. We're
Cue
not
the
playing-
corn.
Cue the corn.
Get the corn. Get the corn. We're not playing either of those bands at this prom.
Cream the corn, more like it. I want to have them.
Hey, cue the cream.
Cue the cream, though.
Strange brew.
I don't know why that's
Got
what
the
cream
cream.
they're playing.
Got the cream.
As a Grant fucked us over picking up Strange Brew. It's not fucking.
Sorry. We have a bad sound library. I don't know what you want me to say.
do you
Is that
mean?
or Tears in Heaven?
We have cream. We have ween. We have corn. We have all.
I creamed my ween. So,
man.
we do the first segment of the episode from Keith's perspective. It is a noir detective story. Her trying to find Cheeto the cat who has been stolen. I don't think we need to get into as much depth in all of these stories.
No, let's get into it.
All right, look.
Let's get into the depths.
First of all,
We're spelunking.
Like
the
we're
voiceover gag is pretty good. I think they use it pretty effectively. I feel like it goes on a little long.
Yeah,
throughout the
look, I
episode.
mean, I feel like noir parodies in the 2010s, we've had literally decades of noir parodies at this point. It's not like this is doing anything super new.
Yeah,
But,
it's 2014. You know, it's early 2010s.
The early 2010s.
So
Cut them some slack.
immediately, Key is like going down the list of like who could have stolen the cat. She asks Brian if he has any enemies. Brian's like, well, he wouldn't do that. And then she's like, who? And then he runs off. And then she goes and asks Jenny. Jenny says that Brian and Ted had a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's trying to get in contact with Ted. Ted won't answer. And then there is a... hold on. Sorry, I had to get that out. Grant.
All
Right?
There is a...
I don't know if they buried that much of a resemblance.
Had to get that out. Grant.
There's a story on the front of the Daily Dean, which is now a newspaper.
Yeah, I think it's been a newspaper since last season.
Okay. Is he doing a newspaper daily? He prints them daily?
Apparently.
Wow, this
which
guy's
is
got-
pretty insane.
No wonder he's not fucking practicing. He sucks at this game. He's just too busy making a paper. There's a title at the top of the Daily Dean now. It says...
Wait, is it any less, though, than doing a daily vlog from
You're
like
right.
45-minute
Well,
window?
hold on, but remember, it was only 3 days a week.
That's right. That's
Maybe
right.
this isn't they might not be a daily newspaper.
That's so stupid.
Look, he's consistent in his craft.
What? You calling Dean stupid?
You're calling the Daily Dean stupid, yeah.
You're calling him stupid daily.
The Deanster?
I am calling him stupid on the daily. So then there's a...
Deanster.
They believe that Key says that she believes that this whole thing is about Shane, and she gets that information from Wendell. It's not about, the cat. It's about portraying you as incompetent. Mm-hmm. We need to go to Shane. She goes to Shane, who is busy reading Atlas Shrugged to his Twitch stream.
Right.
He says, Atlas Shrugged by some broad who talks too much sound familiar. Is that how you would describe Atlas Shrugged?
Or Ayn Rand in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robbie talks too much.
I like the cutaway to the people are just in the live read.
Yeah, and he's like, be with you in just a minute. It's like, hold on, technical difficulties, and they're all
Yeah.
waving to the camera.
It's cute.
And everybody's wearing very noir-y outfits.
Mm-hmm.
They're all dressed up very nice because of the fact that it's prom. It's a good reasoning. And
Yeah,
then
the writers really covered their ass on that
yeah,
one.
Yeah. It's Brom.
Sure, fuck it.
and then
They look nice.
Key says, now that Shane has an alibi, he was reading News Viewers. I'm gonna go ask Dean who gave him the tip. So she,
The Amazon original.
yeah, yes,
Yes.
tip.
All right.
So she goes, and Dean runs away.
Better that than Mozart in the Jungle.
All right. Dean runs away.
All right.
He
Wait.
chases
All
after.
What is Mozart doing in the jungle?
It doesn't make any sense.
Guys.
And they kept giving it Golden Globes. Yeah, sorry. What's up?
He kept giving the Golden Globes.
You don't like this tangent?
James Dean runs away, and Key chases after him, and she's in heels. She's really keeping up.
Hoofing it.
He gets tackled By who?
By Wendell. Or it gets like stopped by Wendell, right?
Yeah.
Good old Wendell.
And he crashes. James Dean crashes. He picks up the paper that he was writing on. It's a love note to Moriarty.
Spicy.
That's a scoop that has nothing to do with the rest of this mystery. But I'm glad that we now have a not even like a B plot or a C plot. We now have like an F plot where it's like James Dean and Moriarty are a thing now.
It's like a
It's just
like
happening in the
a
background.
T plot.
Yeah,
That's how
T
far
plot.
down it is.
He's T-posing.
Yeah, he's T-posing. Hey, I called it. I called
Did
it day
you?
one. No, I didn't call it.
Pull up the footage.
And then James Dean
Dean or Moriarty. That's what you sound like, by the way. Totally gonna hook
James
up.
Dean says, I posted.
I don't know why you have such a southern accent in those
Yeah.
first few episodes.
James Dean says, I posted the story without fact checking, so sue me. Shout out Kyle Bosman. It's Kyle Bosman reference.
What?
But the phone number gave Shane the
What is this
tip.
man talking about?
Kyle Bosman?
Yeah, you know what that is?
No.
Black Panther?
Yeah. It's a reference to Black Panther.
Kyle Bosman as Black Panther is insane. Could you imagine?
Wow. Comment below whether or not you'd like to see Kyle Bosman as the Black Panther. Says, hi, I'm Kyle Bosman, and I am the Black Panther. So,
Who's Kyle Bosman?
He's Black Panther. Fuck! You're not paying attention.
are you looking up who Kyle
Yes!
Bosman is?
You won't tell me.
He used to work at game trailers.
Why are you pulling these references?
He's on Twitter. So
Yeah, this guy would make a great Black Panther. Just looking at these pictures.
I'm telling
Anyway, so
I mean, this guy
you.
in that suit
that's
would be
him.
killer.
It's Kyle.
is it Kyle Bosman?
I mean, it came up when I Googled his name.
Wow, I haven't seen that picture before.
Are you constantly looking up pictures of Kyle Bosman when you're doing your fan
Some might
casting?
even say I keep up with the Dark Prince of Nerd Culture.
Chris Hardwick himself.
Wait, no. Kyle Bosman is not Chris Hardwick. Kyle Bosman is not Chris Hardwick.
Okay.
So Shane's phone number is the number that gave James Dean the tip about the cat being lost. Because we've now seen that James Dean printed the story before they even found out about the cat. So how did he get it that quick? Somebody who was in on the theft had to know. They go back to Shane. Shane says, well, that would make sense. You catch Mew stealing the cat, and then you become the hero, and the election's in the bag.
Unlike the cat, which is now out of the bag.
They find the cat in the room, and next to the cat are some treats. Somebody planted the cat here as evidence. Wendell was behind the whole thing. Wendell tried to steal the cat. The cat got through a loose vent in Brian's room. So Wendell dropped treats in Shane's room to lure Cheeto through the vent into Shane's room and plant the cat as evidence.
It's pretty shocking stuff.
Now do you see why I think Wendell was involved in Watergate?
Look, all I'm saying is Wendell's
It's
looking
a
a lot.
stretch, but okay.
Yeah, Wendell's looking a lot more like Loosdale right now. Ooh, catch what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Here's the thing. This is a good noir.
He should also play Black Panther. I want Wendell for Killmonger.
Here's the reason this is a good noir. Because a good noir is always about the gray morality.
Well, and here's the reason why it's not a good noir. It's not in black and white.
That is a good
It's
gripe.
it's about good people doing bad things, and the ending isn't happy, and that's exactly what happens. Wendell was trying to do the right thing, but he did the wrong thing in the process.
It's kind of like the movie.
Spike Jones, yeah.
Just kind of like
Spike Jones.
Spike Jones, yeah.
I love to see
Spike
Spike
Jones.
Jones do the right thing. I'd love to see Spike Lee's Where the Wild Things Are. So come on, guys, let's make something happen here.
I'd love to see Spike Lee's Jackass.
Jackass 2.5.
Now we go to this next segment, Unicorn Hunter,
Yeah.
which is Jenny's segment.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deer hunter play.
Yes.
Okay.
At the end, Jenny kills herself.
Well,
So, Jenny is like, I'm ready to go to prom. I'm ready to go to prom. She's coughing. She's dying. She's, Brian is like, don't go to prom. Please. Please don't go to prom. Please don't go to prom. I don't want you to go to prom. Jenny, I hate you. Jenny. Jenny's fucking dying. And Brian is like, look, I see that your notebook is here. I'm just going to read it.
bad boyfriend.
Bad boy.
Picking up some moves from Ted.
Yeah, he's picking up some real Ted maneuvers.
That was a Ted move.
And he's like, oh, you drew unicorns? And then she's like, when I was a kid. And then he goes, this ink looks fresh. First of all, what sort of fucking forensic pathologist is Brian? And he's like, no, the ink is fresh. I know.
Brian Forensics, more like it. You know what I'm saying?
That was a Kyle Bosman reference.
So sue me.
So sue me.
me.
And so
Like
Brian
that,
is like,
too.
hey, I won't tell anybody you have an imagination, wink, wink. He puts the notebook back. Jenny goes into her NyQuil dream, which is the fucking weirdest
It's
shit I've
very
ever
trippy.
seen.
Good stuff, though. I liked it.
I'm going to give you the bullet points rundown. She's on a horse.
So that I like is that she shoots an actual apple as opposed to the digital apples we saw
Yes.
getting
A
shot all
real
last
apple.
Well, this isn't in a game. This is her dream.
This is her real dream.
Jenny is on a horse. Unicorn. Named
A talking
Summer
unicorn.
Wind, who talks.
Who
And
talks?
he talks like this, and he's got kind of a southern accent.
Wow,
Really?
sounds like Solomon from the first few episodes of this
Is he me? Voiced by me in the
Yes.
first couple episodes?
He says,
Yo, Gaines and
he
Moriarty.
says, I love thick white women.
That's what he said.
Jenny, get on my back. I don't think Jenny's sick. I don't know why I made that
Jenny is
comparison.
not thick, no.
So, here we go.
Is there any,
So here we go.
I thought I was ready to get back into it. I wasn't.
all right, you can rank VGHS by thickness real quick.
Jesus,
I'm
fine.
dying to hear.
No.
He's been wanting to do this whole series.
Games Dean went from
My
number
thick
1
tier.
to number 7. Jenny's unicorn all of a sudden gets bombed, and Jenny is now in Iraq. I don't understand what's happening. There's World War II era raid sirens, and I just don't know what the fuck is happening. She's killing people, and they're freezing in the midair, and then all of a sudden, Coach Latour shows up and is like, "You didn't make it."
She opens a briefcase up
Yeah.
and he just steps out.
Yeah,
of
he
it.
does. He comes out like a hologram.
And she shoots people and they just kind of freeze, which is,
I said that.
you know what, motherfucker? I'm sorry.
They were
Edit
freezing.
point. I'm not a fool anymore. Okay, cut that
Apology
out.
accepted. Coach Latour says, "You can be on the team. All you need to do is kill a unicorn." Would you kill a unicorn?
Yeah, totally. Pegasus are cooler anyway.
Okay.
Pegasi.
Pegasi are way cooler than unicorns, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. You're above
No,
it. You're better than that.
No. I'd totally kill it.
That's actually one of my beefs of the week. Is unicorn.
Here's the deal.
Unicorn tartar. The beef of
If
the
you
week.
put unicorn in
Unicorn
with beef
tartar.
and you ground them together, would it? Would it what?
Sound it off in the comments. We'll be right back.
So all of a sudden Jenny's mom shows up, is like, squeeze, don't pull, take the shot. Jenny aims, center mass, shoots this beautiful unicorn. Holy shit, it's not a unicorn anymore. It's Brian.
Beautiful Brian.
It's a beautiful Brian.
And she loves it.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
A party goes off. She's like, I did
There's
it!
some streamers. Balloons fall down, I
She
think.
killed her innocence. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm
Would
done
you
thinking
shoot
about it.
Brian?
Yeah, Pegasus are way cooler than
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
dude.
Agreed.
That's how I judge when I'm not gonna shoot something. Is a Pegasus cooler than it?
It's a real toss-up every day.
Is that how the Army thinks? They're like, why shoot a civilian? Well, is a civilian cooler than a Pegasus?
I hope that's not how the Army thinks.
It is. So, this is a weird segment. I don't really know how to feel about it.
It's not my least favorite segment.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, okay. It might be my least... I think RA Confidential is actually my least favorite segment.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think RA Confidential is my least favorite segment.
I like that one the most, I think, but just because
Really?
I like Key. I just like Key so much that I'm happy to see Key
Key
get a
is, like,
storyline that I don't fucking
The
hate.
most likable character, yeah.
I think
But-
that's why I don't like her content, though, because she's so normal. Like,
Yeah.
everybody else is dealing with this
she's not
crazy
normal.
bullshit, and she's like, I want to be president. I'm like, that's just... You're too normal.
Yeah, Key doesn't have like a dynamic of what's the right choice to do.
Yeah, and like her
Too
parents love her, and like she's good at everything. So like
like
it's
her, though.
it's wait, can I make a weird comparison here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Superman comic book. Like
It's
Key-
a web series.
No. Listen,
Okay.
Key.
This is a
I
Rock and
think
Coke
we're
web
watching
series. What are you talking about?
Superman comic book.
The idea of Superman is that Superman is the most like powerful being in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing can stop him. Like he went like in his first comic, he like went to Germany. It was just like, I took Hitler. The war is over. Like
He pantsed him.
yeah, he pants him.
That's how the war ended.
Yep. Famously, it's in the last chapter of Mein Kampf. And then
I hate that Superman.
Superman pants me. But like the whole idea of Superman is not like will he beat this character? It's will he retain his humanity? Will he continue to be a good person with all this power? Is he still ethical?
Is he even human?
Yeah.
Which is no.
Well,
You fucking idiot. No, he's an alien.
So-
You read the comic.
Look,
You saw him
so
pants Hitler.
that's the thing is Key is never like I can't do this thing or like I don't have the capability. She's just always like I don't know if I can be ethical while I do it. Which is an interesting struggle for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's super interesting.
I think this is my favorite one just because I fucking don't give a shit about the president storyline this entire season. It's just the one time I'm enjoying what Key is doing on screen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I like the other segments though.
Cool. Anyway, so
Moving on.
the Unicorn Hunter was weird.
I like all the dream stuff, so I'm a
And then
sucker
she
for
wakes
that.
That's
up.
pretty
She just
funny.
wakes up and just like sits next to it. like do you anybody analyze their dream? I feel like when a dream happens to me, I'm just like, well, that was fucking weird.
I try and figure it out sometimes if I can remember it for long enough.
I try to figure out what's reality. There we go. Yeah.
The only thing I've ever had where I've like really thought about it or that I've had like a dream vivid enough was whenever I've had a concussion. You get really vivid dreams,
Mm-hmm.
and all of my concussion dreams involve me buying Game Boy games for some reason.
Strange.
Yeah.
Ever get Toy Story Racer?
No, because I didn't know
It's
that game existed. But I'm sure next
prophecy.
time I get a concussion, that will happen.
We
Make
gotta
it happen.
concuss you again.
Oh god, somebody hit me. So then
Who was
the
he, the
next,
mask?
the next
Somebody hit me. That's the quote, huh?
was
Michael
the alien.
Fassbender.
segment, Michael Fassbender is the alien.
Oh my god, it makes sense.
So
And the mask.
Michael Fassbender is the alien. Kyle Bosman is
I'm
playing
Vision.
Black Panther. Barcycle Thieves. My favorite segment. Here we go.
Oh,
My
okay.
second favorite. This is good.
It starts out
It's indifferent.
with Brian in line for prom alone. All the other varsity people walk by him and are like, "Hey, where's Jenny? What's your name?" Jumpin' Jack specifically doesn't know anybody's name,
Jumpin' Jacks.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, she's really sick, so I'm gonna go in there and get some free punch." And they're like, "Cool, we're gonna go to a party with beer party."
Beer party.
A party.
And he's like kind of realizing everybody else around him is like being stupid and like they're sneezing on him. And so he's like, I'm gonna go with these guys.
I'm gonna go with these guys.
And he's like, can I come? And they all have to look at each other and be like,
To huddle up.
yeah, they have to huddle up.
Yeah.
Brian is this weird dorky nerd, and everybody else on the varsity team hates him, right?
Yeah.
Even though he's just the best player.
For some reason, still.
Like
everybody
imagine,
hates.
imagine if like this is the fucking New England Patriots, and then afterward, Tom Brady's like, "Can we hang out?" And everybody's like, "I don't know."
Kiss your kid, man.
Yeah. You gotta kiss your kid. I don't know if I want to deal with this.
To be fair, in the show's defense, it's still the first year that Brian's got there.
Oh, you're gonna
for
defend
sure.
Tom Brady kissing his kid on that
To be
show.
fair, look.
To be fair,
To be
he
fair,
had just gotten a massage. He had to kiss his kid. It only made sense.
What do you guys do after massages? Go to your
put in the
local
comments
kid.
after your massage. Do you find the nearest
Post-massage
kid
moment.
to kiss? But
Not
so
clickbait.
it's just funny to me that everybody like loves him in game, but then they're all just like, "Oh, this guy's fucking gross and weird."
Yeah.
But they agree to let
I would hate Brian if I was on the team.
I mean, I hate Brian, and I'm not on
I
the
hate
team.
Brian. I'm not on the team.
I think I hate Brian
This
too.
asshole comes in and he causes so much fucking stress. Like, oh my god. But I mean, yeah, sure, he's like won every single game for us. But I don't know. I feel like that even makes him more unlikable. I would hate him kind of out of jealousy.
Because you can't even get rid of him at that point. He's won every single game.
Yeah.
Like, I guess we
Yeah.
have to have you on the team, but you fucking
Exactly.
suck.
Yeah.
Whilst the pressure's on.
So they end up going to this college party, a
With beer.
college high school party,
Yeah.
and they show up at the door, and Games Dean's like, "Don't worry, it's my cousin's party. Cousin calling." Some might even say. He knocks on the door.
It
And-
sounds like a lot of this could have been avoided if they had just done a cousin call.
If they
before.
just done a cousin
Yeah.
call, just call him up.
This whole thing would have been avoided. You're right.
And who comes to the door? But Sames Dean.
That's a good bit.
This is
a really good bit.
That bit alone is the only reason this is my favorite episode, or my favorite
Ever.
segment of the show. Is Sames
Same
Dean.
That's a good. I just like their combo. It's just the same guy talking to himself.
I'm
It's great.
anti Games Dean. I'm very pro Sames Dean,
James Dean
I'm
seems
I'm
really
glad
cool.
we were introduced to him. Yeah.
who goes to Video Game University.
Wait, they say that?
Yeah, it's on the door.
Oh, that's awful, but I love it.
It confirms
but
a lot of things.
Why is it that if games are super important, every high school has an esports team, that like they have a video game high school? Do you know what I mean? Like imagine if we just had one that was like football high school.
Well, this is more like track and field high school.
Yeah, or that. Like that's stupid. Like you can just be a regular high school. Every high school has a team apparently.
You know what? You're right.
But
Call
there's-
Freddie Wong.
There's not
Take him
like
to task for
I
this.
mean, arguably, there's not like different footballs. I mean, sure there are, but like
Okay, well you
Yeah.
called it athletics high school. That's still stupid.
Actually, that's very cool.
it's kind of cool.
Athletics
sounds a lot like-
department
sounds a lot like-
established 1982.
The Olympic Village to me.
The
What?
band.
Yeah, Olympic
The
Village.
Olympic Village.
Yeah.
The Olympic Village people.
Yeah. Body,
Charles Barkley's like, I'm not in this.
touch my body.
Daniel, you understand that Charles Barkley joke?
Macho man.
I said the Olympic Village people. Charles Barkley says I'm not in this.
Macho man. Yeah,
It was a Dream Team reference.
I wanna be.
That's fine. So they can't go to the party, and their bikes get stolen in the
Immediately.
front yard. Yeah, immediately.
Just like that.
And then they're like, "Let's go home. The night is ruined." And Brian gives an amazing, like, just
Rousing speech.
eloquent speech about, hey,
Elegaic.
he says,
It's pretty gay.
guys, let's do some stuff. We are pretty cool customers. This is
Quote by quote.
verbatim.
Yep.
And Jumpin' Jack says, I don't know a lot, but Brian is right now.
Jumper Jack's MVP of this segment.
So they go do some stuff. First of all,
And it's fun.
why is it that if every time we've gone to Pwn Zone, right? Every single time it is high school sports, high school esports, right? How is it that they do all of this shit and nobody looks at them and is like, holy shit, that's the VGHS varsity team?
Oh, good point.
Oh. So I thought you were going to be like, they should be on Pwn Zone 3.
No,
I thought that was the dude.
oh, that too. That
That
too.
too,
But,
yes.
but like if they're on regular, like they're on Pwn Zone all the time, and they're like they, they're show up to this party, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, that's the fuck. They're on news all the time.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
Jacques Latour knows who these guys are.
Yeah, Jacques Latour is stealing food from their crafty table. I'm just saying. And then they're like fucking around. They're fucking around in a parking lot with. I'll just read some of the things from this montage. Hold on. First of all,
very youthful.
They're pushing around shopping carts. And then they go and get sunglasses and milk at a corner store. I said, is this their K-pop cosplay? As a reference to episode 1. Jumpin' Jacks throws the gallon of milk at a wall.
A lot of bikes in this episode. It must be noticed. No hover bikes like in episode 1. Kind of bummed about that.
And then they convince some random guy who they've never met before to bicycle off of the roof.
Just typical high school things.
And nobody at any point is like, hey, wait a minute. Aren't you the VGHS guys? Even Bicycle Guy is just like, all right, I'll do it. And we don't know if he survives.
Probably doesn't.
So then they're bumming around, and they find a bar cycle. I didn't know what a bar cycle was.
Until this, yeah.
I didn't question what it was when the entire segment was called Bar Cycle Thieves, but then they said there was a bar cycle. I'm like, what are you guys fucking talking about?
Yeah. And it's, for those of you who don't know, it is like a...
For the uninformed.
It's like a...
Masses.
6-person bicycle cart with a keg in the front. And then the keg, the line out of the keg goes through... the cycle with mouthpieces that hang down
to each individual.
So it's very hygienic.
Yes. And so you can drink while you bike. They find it.
Very
and
safe.
So they are like, hey, look, this bar cycle that is sitting at the bottom of a ravine with a full keg. Let's just start drinking it.
Yeah.
These fucking weirdos are just, and the cups are there too. They just pull out cups that have just been out in the elements, drinking flat beer in the bottom of an aqueduct. Like, who the fuck are these people? And nobody pulled up and was like, "You're the VGHS guys."
Hold up.
So they do a whole young kids try beer for the first time thing, where they're like,
"Don't you,
dude, we're fucking drunk."
Me.
And like, tell us about
in that movie.
Play Truth or Dare.
I love when they find the bar cycle in the detention room.
Like they play Truth or Dare. They ask Brian what base him and Jenny have gotten to.
Good bit.
They settle on the sexually appropriate second base.
Yeah, he's not sure what the bases are. He's just guessing. Do you guys know what the bases are?
No idea.
Thank you.
I have no idea because it changes. And I think that may be the joke of it.
Yeah, like I would say at first I was like, this guy's an idiot. And then I was like, what actually if I said third base and somebody was like, whoa, I'd be like, maybe I'm wrong. What is third base?
Look, I don't care what base we're on. I just need that 9th inning stretch. You know what I'm saying?
7th inning stretch. Grant, it's a 7th inning stretch. The end of the ninth.
But if you're stretching enough, you're getting one during the 9th inning too.
Not if you're Grant.
Not if you're me. I'm like, ooh.
I'm gonna look up what the bases are. I'm gonna look them up right now.
All right, look up.
This sounds like a good time for my.
Make a bet.
Oh.
Sorry. What do you think second base is?
I have no idea.
Just take a guess right now.
Yeah, Grant.
A hand job.
Okay. Solomon.
It would be a hand job. I mean, I guess.
This is what I'm saying. Nobody knows.
Greasing up the old joystick.
Greasing up the joystick.
I'm saying under the shirt, breast touching.
What?
Heavy petting.
Is that what heavy petting is?
I guess, right?
I also don't know what heavy petting is.
All right.
We're going to learn a lot of things.
Under the shirt, breast touching. My phone died.
All right. We're looking up the bases.
All right. What's your segment, Grant?
Second reveal. Wait, second. What? My second reveal is going to be I've been wearing a Tetris shirt the whole time. Just one of the many great reveals we're going to be getting this season. This is a video game podcast.
It's a very nice Tetris shirt, too.
Thanks.
It's very cool.
It's very cute.
Where did you get that, Grant?
I think Ross.
Who?
I believe.
From Friends?
Yes, from Friends. I was hanging out at Central Perk, and I said, Ross, you got to give me that shirt now. Then Chandler said something very sarcastic and withering. And Joey was like, hey, did I do that?
So, First base is okay. Kissing,
Okay.
fondling, no touching of taboo areas. So you can't play taboo the
Sure.
board game. Second base is all right. Sure, touching of secondary zones, meaning the woman's breast.
Okay.
And third
Nice.
base is direct stimulation of genital area of
So they're counting
either
handjobs
partner.
and blowjobs as both third base.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And home run is actual coitus.
Okay, cool. Well, there you go.
In there with a double.
So touching the breasts, sexually appropriate. All out.
Thanks.
What is second base if you are a woman going to a guy?
Touching his breast.
Fondle the ball.
Fondling his breast.
Yeah, all right.
Fondling the balls.
So, yes, that's what I'm saying. You can't touch the penis, but you have to fondle the ball
Yeah.
alone. I mean, by
Alone.
Alone.
I meant just the balls, not that you have to be alone.
No,
in
you
the
gotta be
room.
alone.
Not that I would know why you would invite other people to that, but still, I guess you could. I said, all 6 of us are only going to get to second base tonight. It's the shittiest orgy ever. So, Brian doesn't want to answer a bunch of questions, so they say if you don't answer the question, you have to drink.
Right.
Brian has been avoiding drinking. And they ask him how he's doing with Ted, and at that point he just goes, why don't I just drink instead? And then he drinks like it's a 90s music video. Like it's like everything's double exposed and like everything's going real fast and
Just a lot of motion
a
trail.
lot of motion trail, blur.
It's good stuff though.
It's really interesting.
Don't you?
Shit.
Shit.
More like a shit party.
Oh man.
Brian then goes into what
It's
happened.
growing on me. It's growing on.
Brian then explains to the group
Give
what
it a
happened
couple
between
tries.
him and Ted. And then he's like, I don't know. I just feel like nobody likes me. And they're like, no, dude, we like you now. You're the Moses of beer.
Where are your Teds?
We are 4 Teds
We are
and
4
1
Teds.
Jenny. And he just goes, 4 Teds.
Teds. One Jenny.
I should have been hanging out with you guys the whole time. Wow.
Wow.
He hated Games
And
Team
then-
first year. What is he even saying?
And then now he's like, well, I don't want to. We got to walk back. And he goes, why walk back when you can party back? And they're like, we're going to take the bar cycle. And they're drinking and pedaling
Hell yeah.
back to the school.
Cool kids.
And they run into the cops.
Well, first they stop by Sames Dean's party one
Well,
more
they
time.
Oh, yeah,
stop.
yeah.
They roll on
yeah.
by, and James Dean shows him his ass. And then the cops stop them by just walking in front of them. And they all get taken to jail for the night, where we learn everybody's real name, which is so important to me.
It's
I
pretty
do
important.
Love this bit.
Jumpin' Jack's name. Do you remember it?
I don't remember anyone's name except
Wait, we'll
my
get
prince.
there. Randall Merriweather. I can't remember the actual her screen name. What's the girl who's not Moriarty?
Not Moriarty.
Fuck. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember.
Natalie Wound. Was that someone's name earlier?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Natalie Wound, you're right. Her name, Trisha Ashby. Moriarty's name, Allison Michaels. Who the fuck picks Moriarty as a screen name?
A big Sherlock fan.
No. Was Sherlock out at the time, the first season?
Well, the book's been around. You know.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
James Dean's real name. James Dean.
James Dean. Yeah, Sherlock had been out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I think everything but the very last season had been out.
Okay, I was genuinely asking.
Yeah, and I was genuinely answering.
And
Motherfucker.
so they all get picked up by their parents. And Brian, they ask Brian, do you have anyone you can call? 'Cause Brian can't call his mom.
Mm-mm.
So who does he call?
Call
He
who?
phones Cheeto.
He calls his number one dom. Ernie Calhoun.
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Who says, so you're like my personal assistant for life, right?
And his beard is looking scruffy. The continuity on his beard is insane.
Yeah.
And Brian says, where do rainbows come from?
Yeah, I like that.
That's how the segment ends.
It's a good ending. I like that ending.
Very good.
So we got one more segment. Ted's segment.
Yeah.
Full throttle.
This is when I stopped watching.
Did you actually?
Yeah, because I don't, like I said, I don't care for Ted's storylines at all. They're so fucking boring.
This is definitely my least favorite segment.
Really? I kind of like this.
There are parts I like. There are elements of it I really like, but I just don't care for Ted's storyline.
I don't like Ted as much as I think that the idea of this storyline is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
So did you actually not watch this whole bit?
I watched, like, once I realized it was, like, Ted's storyline, I was like, okay, here we go. Here we fucking go. And then I just went to the next episode. No.
This is pretty important. I don't know how you skipped it, but here we go.
I clicked the skip button.
Here we go, ready?
I already saw Ted race an imaginary car for, like, 30 minutes of my life, and that was so painful.
Hey, little known fact.
You didn't see a nude jet ski, though, because he skipped.
Oh, fuck.
Firing a submachine gun.
Yeah.
Not unlike James Dean himself.
Did you know that embedded in this segment is actually a preview for the new Mulan movie?
It must be really embedded.
the jet ski naked segment. This is from the new Mulan.
Ah.
They're going to replace the jet ski with a dragon, though.
Look, Ted is getting ready for the prom. And the drifters are coming over to play a board game, weirdly enough.
Dorks.
Losers. And Ted's like, I have to go move my dad's car. And they're like, you have a car?
You rolled your eyes just at the idea of him moving the car.
He's got to move the car before street cleaning is the specific argument. And they're like, well, if you got a car, what are we doing hanging around here? Let's go to an erotic arcade.
Now, we've all been there.
We've all been there.
To the erotic arcade.
To the classic arcade. And hey, look, I don't think there's any good arcade if it's not erotic.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
The tension, the sexual tension of Chuck E. Cheese is
a lot.
I've never been more hard.
You're telling me I get to hang with Dave and Buster? Sign me up.
Both of them. Whoa.
Fat Cat's Pizzeria in Lexington, Kentucky.
DP with DB.
Hey.
All I'm saying.
Hey. I was going to make a Barcadia joke, but that's already pretty erotic.
Barcadia, actually, it's all pinup posters. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the drifters exploit Ted's hate of Brian by saying, well, you know who wouldn't go to an erotic arcade? Brian. And Ted's like, well, fuck Brian. I'm going to the erotic arcade now. What the fuck?
Ted.
And then while they're in the car,
shitty boyfriend.
He gets a phone call from Key and he tries to answer it. And who we now learn his name is Clutch. And finally, Clutch takes his phone. And they go in and Ted says, all right, be back by 8:30. And DK says, you don't want to come in? They have Nude Raider, Nudes of War, Naked Halo. And Ted just goes, none for me. I have a girlfriend.
Respectable.
It's a respectful round of applause.
For those of you who in the comments, when you had a girlfriend, did you stop looking at erotic arcades?
Are you all just freaks and like to punch tokens
I'll be honest,
together?
I've had a girlfriend for a long time.
Are you
I'm
bragging
still going
now?
to erotic arcades. Yeah. Thank you. I'm still going to erotic arcades, dude. I'm still going. Hell yeah.
But you're also just a pervert.
Yes, that's true. They even offer Ted that
She also doesn't know.
They have a. It's true. That's definitely true.
He also doesn't know you guys are dating.
Well, okay.
It's also
so
true.
Okay, you can't prove it. They said, Ted, we even have a fake ID for you, and it's just Freddie Wong's ID.
Yeah, that's good.
So Ted says, instead, I'm going to read this book. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
And he reads the whole book and just says, I can't wait till I become a dad.
That's good.
And then it's 9:52. He's late. He's late for prom. And he's like, where the fuck are these guys? So he goes inside.
He tries to get inside and show the ID to the bouncer.
Yeah, and they say, you're Freddie Wong. And he says, well, yeah. And they say, you owe us a lot of money.
That was a good bit.
It's a great bit. That's what I'm saying. This is the only good Ted section. So Ted owes people money. They drag him in, and they go, "You're not Freddy." He says, "I'm definitely not his son either." And they're like, "Well, why are you here?" And Ted said, "I want to see the boobies."
Good
He's got
reasoning.
all the boobies, right?
All the boobies. And they said, "I like this guy. You've got a
the
job." So now he's a token boy.
He already was.
He's a token boy. Right. It's funny. I like.
So he's
good stuff.
serving drinks and giving people tokens in a bar where a lost continue means a death threat. So that sounded like I was doing a summary of a book. In a world where a lost continue means a death threat.
Oh man.
He's serving people, giving them tokens, and then all of a sudden they look at the cameras and the drifters are trying to steal a copy of Wave Rash. Not Wave Race. Wave Rash. And this group doth named the Rumble Pack.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. They say, "Well, Ted, you want to be part of the Rumble Pack?"
I think they say, Ted, you've always wanted to
Yeah,
be part
you've
of the
always
Rumble
he's
Pack.
only known this guy for like 35 minutes. Says, "You always want to be part of the Rumble Pack. Time to go get our arcade machine back." And they hand Ted a real life gun.
Okay.
Like a fucking
Solomon, how did
revolver.
you not watch
they,
this?
They give him like a
I
revolver.
thought this was going to be boring as hell. This is
No.
completely not what I was expecting. Go
And
back
Ted
watch
goes, "Yeah, yes, a real gun. Yes, straight murder."
it. My God.
So he goes outside where they are trying to tie the machine of Wave Rash to the back of Ted's car.
I think I also just want to say right here. I think my favorite bit was when after Ted leaves with the gun, the head of Rumble Pack just goes, "I'm kind of like a father to him." Or
No,
something like
he's, "I see myself in that kid."
Oh, okay, that's what he says.
And then you said, somebody in the comments, I think, goes, "I see myself in that kid. It's not something that you should say in an erotic bar."
Definitely not.
So the Rumble Pack comes out, sees that Ted is arguing with DK, not...
I'm just now getting the Rumble Pack joke.
Oh,
I feel
really?
like a fucking idiot now, but yeah.
It's great. It's pretty great.
Not killing DK, but arguing with him, and they're like, "Ted, I'll be honest with you. You're gonna die." So then DK gets in the car, starts driving. Ted jumps onto the seat of the arcade cabinet, and they're riding it. They're firing the gun at Ted. He's dodging the bullets, and he's drifting in a dream state where he is naked on a jet ski firing Uzis. And he says, "This is the perfect drift." And then DK...
The drift triggers that dreamscape.
Yes.
Okay. Not NyQuil.
No, not Nike.
Okay.
This is pure bliss, baby.
I want what he has.
And then Drift King is not paying attention, tries to whip around the corner, and Ted, because he's on a long chain, just fucking crashes into the wall.
Oof.
They get out, try to help him, and who pops out of the trunk but Freddie Wong,
Wearing
who
a
is living in the
Snuggie.
trunk.
He's wearing a leopard print Snuggie, which is a nice touch.
And Freddie's like, "What the fuck is going on? Who the fuck are you?" And then Ted comes out of the wreckage, somehow not harmed, even though they were driving 40 miles an hour into the fucking wall. And he
He
says,
probably crashed into a somehow operating game screen.
"Yeah, how is the game operating?"
The logic there is
unplugged from the
nonsensical.
He's playing the game while it's riding out.
It's all
And
the
then Freddie goes, "Ted, what is wrong with you?" And Ted gives him the keys and says, "I moved your car." And then walks away. Dramatic end to everyone's nights. Ted is walking away from his father. Brian comes home and is puking in a trash can. Key is crying. And Jenny just is playing first-person shooters again. She just boots up. She boots up single player, I guess, is the weird thing. That was... Okay, can I hit you with this?
Yes.
Is that a metaphor? She looks at multiplayer and chooses single player like, she's ready to separate from Brian. Think about that, baby.
Interesting.
Oh, also,
That's your
sorry.
new catchphrase.
The leaders.
Think about that.
The
Think about
leaders
that,
of
baby.
Rumble
Was he the
Pack are
mask?
Toe Jam and Earl.
Wait, what?
The leaders of the Rumble Pack are Toe Jam and Earl.
That's pretty fucking great.
That's awesome.
So again, we're getting into real shit.
Yeah.
The group is breaking up.
They're splitting.
They're splitting. I'm scared, guys.
I'm terrified.
Very scared.
I'm about to piss myself like the head of the RPG group.
Yeah.
Or
I'm about
MMO group. I can't keep up with all these
Who
fucking
cares?
groups.
Dude,
I
there's
do like Rumble Pack. That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
telling you,
really
you have
good.
to go back and watch the segment.
I guess so.
It's
yeah.
so fucking strange.
It's good.
This episode was good because all of these segments were very weird.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm saying that was my least favorite, but they're all good. Like, this is definitely
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite episodes, if not my favorite episode
I
Yeah,
did
I agree.
enjoy
in a long
the
time.
75% I watched. Yeah, it was very cool. It was
Yeah.
very cool.
I think the season's great.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad we're on that same page.
Yeah, I was telling Grant today, I think that up until this point, I was kind of like getting fatigued watching this show. I did not feel fatigued at all. I watched all 3 episodes again today, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. I'd watch this again.
All right, I disagree. I feel completely fatigued. This episode I liked a lot, but like the first and third one, I just even after this one, I didn't want to watch the third one. I just I don't really like where any of the storylines are going. This
Really?
whole, I really don't care about the way most of them are going.
Oh my god, dude, no. I think this is super cool. I think this is really dramatic and fun.
I mean, it's dramatic.
I
It's
think
just-
in comparison, it may be the least. Like I said, season 1 was just so gripping because it was the introductory season. It was like, oh shit, all these new concepts of video game high school. This guy's getting on the team. Everybody hates him. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 definitely went into that territory where it was like, all right, this is just like, sure, there's gonna be like a couple driving plot lines, but it's a goofy sitcom, so there's gonna be like a new, different, wacky thing that happens each episode. Season 3, it almost feels like the main driving plot line isn't really even there. Like, I mean, it's hinted at, or not even hinted at. I mean, sure,
Well,
it's
there's,
there.
There's like 4 separate driving plot lines.
Yeah,
I think Key has the most obvious one,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
her
yeah.
trying to become president.
Right, exactly. And then the whole thing with the law and
Which is kind of obvious too. I mean, that one's pretty out front in comparison
Yeah.
to a lot of the other ones
Yeah,
too.
that's true. But I think that I don't know. I think
They have goals. Ted and Brian just need to grow up. Is basically
Yeah,
what they
basically,
learned.
yeah.
This whole season.
100%, yeah.
But I think what's interesting to me is there's a lot of shows I think that market themselves on yeah, man, it's a show about how tough it is to grow up and all this shit. Like fucking Degrassi, right? Speaking of Drake. And the thing is, I think that this
Last
show,
up, buddy.
I feel more when I watch this show than I do when I watch those shows. Because, those shows, this show's clearly goofy. I've never been a kid who stole an erotic video game from a
Yeah, but
bar.
live.
Yeah, sure, Daniel.
Sure.
I play them. I don't steal them.
I see
But-
that copy of Naked Halo over there.
But
right next to your copy of Custer's Revenge.
Oh. Did I tell you about my Custer's Revenge bit?
Oh no!
Oh, no.
You have a Custer's Revenge
You
bit?
can't have a
Yes.
Custer's Revenge bit.
I did.
The whole game is a bit.
It's 8-bit.
It's 8-bit. I
Is
think
it?
maybe less than
I
that.
think it's 4-bit. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I think
I think it's 2-bit.
Here's my 2 bits. So
Get your nuts off the table.
I'm Erlich Bachman.
Black Panther?
Yeah. But no, seriously, I think this show has better writing than a lot of the teen show bullshit like Degrassi and all that type of stuff. I think this show, or Riverdale, I think this show, I'm
Whoa,
I
are you
care.
trying to say this show's
I
better than
care-
Riverdale?
I'm
What?
saying I care more about what happens to the characters in these shows. than I do.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's where I'm putting my tick mark. I'm saying good characters.
I agree with Grant on Brian and Ted need to grow up.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah,
am the
for
least
sure.
interested in them right now.
Ted definitely, I think his whole thing is just that he's kind of being an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am so happy the production values are now exactly where they are because it just looks so good and just all the camera work's super good, and like everyone's super used to the characters at this point. Like the characters are at least defined. But I'm just not crazy about like where the main story really drives most of them this season. But the production values are so high that I really can't complain, because like I get that their focus is on so many other things now. Too, I don't know.
Oh, also, I'll say this: I think that the acting is actually better. Like, regardless of how I feel about the story, I think.
Yeah, no, I think the acting's better too. Yeah. I think the acting sells a lot of the things that I feel iffy on in the story wise in general.
I think the acting better. I think the writing is a lot better too in terms of comedy. I think this is by far the funniest season.
I think
really
there's a lot
so
of pretty
far.
good,
Like genuinely really funny.
I think the second season wasn't nearly as funny. I think the first season had really funny moments just because it was from like a YouTube video perspective of funny, and then the second season I felt like didn't deliver. But then like now they're getting like actual like this is a writer's room with jokes funny,
right?
And it's killing it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think the skip dialogue bit fantastic.
Yeah,
that's good.
But
I think that specifically like Jenny, I think is.
Bro, we haven't gotten anything like Aces rules since season 1, so I don't even know what you're talking about. The jokes are better.
but I think that
nothing's funnier than whatever
rules.
SDF.
All right. There's a great WASD joke in the next episode.
Yes,
there is.
But no, I think that Jenny is doing it. Like her actress is doing an amazing job.
Yeah, she's killing it. I feel like she's out of the main four probably been the best.
She's always been. Always been. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's on Quantico now. Check out Quantico.
Oh my fucking god.
On Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus. her and Jimmy Wong finally sharing a screen together again. Check out Disney Plus.
Well, Quantico on Disney Plus.
Anyway, can we get VGHS on Disney Plus?
Oh no, I could easily see that.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, sure, that can't happen because it's a Disney property. But like, I could see VGHS does kind of seem like a Disney Plus made show.
Yes. Do you guys watch Game Shakers?
No.
There's a Disney Channel show about kids who own a game development studio, like middle schoolers.
I know that Pro Jared was on it.
Scandal
Pro Jared.
Pro Jared was on it.
Pre-scandal.
I wonder if that episode is still on Disney Plus.
Oh, interesting.
Because he kind of de-scandalized himself. I don't want to get too much into that whole shit.
Oh wait, we don't want to dive into that at the very end of this episode.
Come on.
But because he came out and then like with the receipts, and some people were like, "Oh, maybe he's not so bad," and I'm like, I don't particularly give a shit either way. I just haven't watched Pro Jared since I was like 14. But anyway, I wonder if they removed that episode. Like Disney,
I'm sure his part was so small they probably could have just cut it out anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, do you think? But
they're gonna bury the whole.
Do you think Disney, like Disney
Game Shakers
Channel,
are like, whoa,
Disney,
Pro Jared has consensual nudes right here. That's crazy.
Disney Channel.
Well, they couldn't yet because the episode hinged on him sending consensual news to the stars of Game Shakers.
They're all like 10.
We gotta cancel Pro Jared. What a great episode that
do you think Disney Channel has the foreknowledge though to like be aware of what's going on the internet to like if somebody gets canceled on their show to cut them out?
I think with the Pro Jared situation where it blew up to places where people who didn't even know who he was looked into it, then yes.
Who? Jake Paul. Well, yeah, it's different, but he was the star of the show, not like a cameo.
Jake Paul also never did anything completely horrible.
I think Pro Jared's on Cameo.
The dead body. Ooh, you know what? He probably is.
Do you think Pro Jared has a Word Up cover?
Word Up.
Hey, Jared, if you're watching this, link us your Word Up cover. I'm sure it's bad. Anyway, the reason I brought up Game Shakers because it's a Disney Channel property, but Harley Morenstein was on it.
Oh.
So I was like, there's more Disney connections, VGHS connections than I think.
Interesting.
Harley's scene in this episode just looks like they called him on a weekend where he didn't know he was going to be filming anything for VGHS.
He was also hosting a Halloween cooking show on the Food Network.
Really?
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him when we were at the party.
Fuck, that's such a forgotten memory.
When we were at the party, it was after you left. I went to sleep on Taylor's bed, and then I woke up and I just looked at the TV and I thought I was hallucinating because I went, "Is that Epic Meal Man?" and I like zoomed in on his face. I was like, "That is what the fuck."
That's insane.
So
the old YouTube stars are not big TV stars, but they're TV stars now.
Shay Carl is on True TV.
Right?
Is he?
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
Who knows, man?
This is the wrong timeline if that is the case. I gotta go back.
Anyway, so I'm excited for the next episode.
Me too.
I'm hyped. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
no,
good.
I'm excited.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Lock
Here we
her
go.
up.
Lock her up.
Water.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I don't know that bit.
It's me, Mother.
That's a new one. What character is that?
We're rolling. Welcome to Brother Hotline. I'm Desdemona. That's a Greek play, right? Desdemona.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Grant's impression of Desi is way better than the real thing.
I was down on Broadway watching Desdemona, the Greek play.
He's so articulate.
And I was eating a pizza. You know, New York style.
More like shit party.
Yeah, more like shit party. Hey. I'm having a shit party here.
Your impression is way better than the real thing.